And it's been 7 months since Minneapolis man George Floyd was killed, the world witnessing his death through a cell phone video. It sparked nationwide protests and calls for change to policing, including right here in Connecticut. But how far have we come since June, and how far do we have to go? Eyewitness News reporter Sharon Johnson takes a closer look.
What was once a whisper for justice became a roar this summer. Activists demanded the defunding of police accountability, and an investment in communities of color.
Who do you protect? Who do you protect?
Alicia Strong and the newly formed New Britain Racial Coalition stood on these stairs 6 months ago, confronting New Britain Mayor Aaron Stewart and police during a ride for unity.
Who are tired of all of the inequalities in the city.
She says months later, they've had some victories.
Everybody, all city employees, including the Common Council, did complete an anti-bias training.
But one of the major changes the coalition pushed for, a police civilian review board, failed unanimously in a subcommittee meeting. We reached out to the city of New Britain about the failed resolution. Chief of Staff Justin Dorsey told us, quote, according to council rules, because the resolution for the civilian review board was voted down unanimously in committee, that is the last time it could appear before this common council body, whose term runs through November 9th, 2021. Strong and the coalition have requested information from the city about the measure through the Freedom of Information Act.
It's only the beginning of a much longer journey.
There's so much work to do.
During the first Thursday of June, the steps of the New Haven Police Department served as an impromptu meeting point between Chief Antonio Reyes and residents.
We want answers, and he's willing to sit down to talk to us face to face.
And the next day, a stage for hundreds of protesters demanding accountability.
Police officers are not there to be judge and jury.
Samuel Ross Lee serves as a member of New Haven's revamped Civilian Review Board. The new board was appointed this August, more than a year after the Board of Alders voted to create the new version. It does include subpoena power.
The fight was necessary to get to that point.
Since June, the Board of Alders has cut $4 million from the New Haven police budget, but other departments face steep cuts as well. New Haven Mayor Justin Elicker has said the cuts are not related to the protests and are because of the city's financial challenges.
I think a lot of the conversations around defunding the police ultimately are based in a conversation about how do we keep our community safe.
Elicker says the city is working on a crisis response team and aiming for a fall 2021 rollout.
That will allow us to respond to public safety issues that may not necessarily require a police officer.
Later this week, we take a look at some of the changes happening in the capital city and statewide. Sharon Johnson, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.